11 years ago, the world premiere of the action-adventure movie, Iron Man, directed by Jon Favreau. Then, probably, no one, except the film's producer Kevin Feige, in his wildest fantasies and plans, did not even guess about it, but the film laid the foundation, without exaggerating, the most ambitious film franchise in history, cinematographic Marvel Universe. From 2008 to 2019, another 20 films of the series came out, and now the turn of the release of the 22nd tape has come, the super blockbuster brothers Anthony and Joe Russo, Avengers, Finals, which let them not put an end to this film universe, but ends with 3 phases Saga of Infinity. The surviving heroes gather in spirit and decide to do everything in their power to correct the horrible situation and return the dead. Since the authors were able to keep the plot details, showing almost no details in the trailers, then we will stop right at the beginning of the film. In essence, Avengers: Endgame is the second half of the nearly 6-hour epic canvas, the first part of which was shown to us in War of Infinity. If the first chapter talked about how the Earth heroes and their space comrades turned out to be unprepared for the collision with insane Titan Thanos, putting the antagonist to the fore and making him even the leading character of the film, the continuation pushes the villain into the shadows and offers to follow the attempts of the heroes fix a horrific outcome. The authors of the script return us to the events of many previous films, for a certain reason, replaying familiar scenes in a new way and showing them from a slightly different angle, from time to time in certain scenes. However, there are some naive or weird moments. It doesn't spoil the pictures, as the main canvas, which is unprecedented for entertaining cinema, interweaves storylines and prehistory of dozens of characters from more than 24 films, is embroidered sensibly and with such an impressive scale that in this case it is simply wrong to find fault with trifles. In Endgame, Hawkeye receives its finest hour, which opens up in a new way and finally attracts interest. Thor and Hulk appear before the audience from an unexpected angle. The Black Widow, Iron Man and Captain America get great games. The authors of the script did not even turn Captain Marvel into a universal remedy for all ills. Her incredible power is used in the film with restraint, which only benefits the picture. In general, each of the leading and minor persons of this story is given enough screen time. Script writers and actors embodying the material in the frame. By the way, the total number of celebrities in this film is simply amazing, coped well with their roles in this large-scale performance. You should definitely not expect a 3-hour uninterrupted action from Final of the Russo brothers in the picture, mainly in the first half of it, demonstrating how for each of them a catastrophe with the extermination of half of all life, for one reason or another, became a personal shock. But the abundance of lull scenes in the 3-hour timekeeping does not harm the final, as it is also fascinating to watch the flip side of the characters' lives, and it causes no less emotion. When it comes to action scenes, especially in the final act of the film declares itself in a special way. The final battle masterfully set by the Russo brothers is a clear confirmation of this. The battle of impressive proportions, beginning with a disarming scene, it seems. It is waiting for its cult status, in which the forces of good and evil converge, really captures, plunging the audience into a chair deeper and opening to them a fantastic visual feast. To experience the whole epic of this episode and other spectacular moments of Endgame, watch the movie better in IMAX. But it is important to understand that The Avengers: Endgame is a movie for those who are familiar with the Marin cinema universe. In order to feel 100% all the heat and drama of events, be touched by the cameo Stan Lee and experience the whole range of emotions from the deaths and rescues that this picture, in this case, the tape of the brothers Russo, will fly like a moment, and will cause you deep empathy for the heroes of this story. An example of this is the rare silence for a crowded hall for several hundred people during dramatic scenes. The magic of cinema as it is. Otherwise, in the final, you can get lost. Avengers: Endgame, a landmark film for world cinema and a masterful example of entertainment cinema. Studio Marvel and brothers Joe and Anthony Russo demonstrated a masterclass on creating final chapters for such large-scale and ambitious sagas as the Saga of Infinity was. If the Marvel Cinema Universe is not indifferent to you, then you most likely have already bought your movie tickets. If you like high-quality entertainment cinema, but for some reason have not seen the tapes of this series, then you have another significant reason to get acquainted with no less large-scale film franchise in history and yourself go through this beautiful journey in 22 films.